back, check my nails. Honey, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Head back, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. If he don't love you anymore, just walk your fine ass out the door. Oh. Wow, that's horrible. There's a test. They're talking about a test you can do on yourself. I got a message from a random person yesterday, like usual. Supposedly, if you first wake up in the morning, take a deep breath, and you can hold it for 10 seconds without coughing, you're good, supposedly. If you can't, you're not so good, and you should see a doctor immediately for this thing that's happening. Anyway, here's some fan mail here from Nick Rigo. Nick Rigo, this is a very intelligent American. This is the problem is most Americans think just like this guy, and that's a huge issue. So, I think I'm recording. Yeah. So, this is from my speeding ticket video that's approaching 18 million views, the one that Snoop Dogg shared, the one that, it's split down the middle. I was being a complete a-hole to the cop because, first of all, because they impeded my freedom, even though I wasn't doing anything to anybody or bothering anybody or injuring anybody or trespassing on anybody. I was simply working in my car, not bothering anybody, not being dangerous, not doing anything wrong. So first of all, I'm pissed off because my freedom is being impeded in the first place. Secondly, the cop over his loudspeaker says to go to the next intersection. On our way there, he's flashing. His lights were always on, but then he starts hitting this this horn. So I get to the next intersection, I pull over, comes up to the car and says, I said stop at the next intersection. I go, is that not the next intersection? So anyway, from there, you need to go watch it if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, you're one of the few who hasn't seen it. So this is what the cop thinks I should have done. Even though my freedom was impeded, I wasn't doing anything wrong, and I was actually following the law to the letter. And I was going above and beyond what I had to do for this cop, but it wasn't enough. He wanted to keep going. So here's the comment. If you feel uncomfortable with them having a firearm on them, get a CCW and have your own. What does that even mean? I don't feel uncomfortable with them having a firearm. I feel uncomfortable with police in general because they kill 3 people every single day. 3+ people every day. And what is me having a gun on me going to help? If they find a gun on me, they're going to spaz out even more. That's just, first of all, the first thing you said, Nick, you sound like an idiot. Have your own gun on you. And if I have my own gun, what? I'm not looking to get into a shootout. I want to live. I have a great wife and life. You're so stupid right off the bat. And this is your typical police supporter here, believe me. And in my experience, being polite to someone doesn't include calling them a piece of S, especially when they're doing their job. Okay, being polite to somebody, Nick Rigo, you would not bother somebody who's not bothering anybody else, who hasn't victimized anybody, who isn't bothering you, who hasn't trespassed, who isn't damaging property. It's very, very rude. And only a POS would bother an American doing nothing to no one. Who's the POS? Who initiated the encounter? I was just doing my job. By the way, their job is not racketeering and extortion by the roadside. Their job is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. That doesn't include enforcing victimless crimes to raise revenue for the kings of the state. Man, you're so stupid. No wonder I'm doing a video about you. Would you rather have them getting your tax dollars sitting on the side of the road, cranking one off while actual criminals doing horrible things are passing them? So, no, I don't want them in their car cranking one off. Again, how stupid are you? I want them solving crimes where there is a victim and supporting their oath to the Constitution, while actual criminals doing horrible things are passing them. What horrible things are these criminals doing? What are you talking about? Just passing by? That's horrible and criminal? Yeah, they get the occasional innocent person, but that's why we have the courts. Here we go again with the courts. Hey, Nick, have you been to a court in the last 30 years? They are the most corrupt institutions in this country, especially traffic and family courts and IRS courts. They're not even courts of the Constitution. They're not constitutional courts. There's no plaintiff there. The judge works for the same person. The judge works for the plaintiff, the invisible plaintiff. The cop is the witness for the invisible plaintiff. And you're an absolute imbecile, moron, mental midget. In my experience, being polite and respectful to anyone, even people doing wrong, doesn't include calling them a POS or folding your arms and refusing to talk. In my experience, being polite and respectful to anyone, even people doing you wrong. So if someone's trying to beat me up, I should be respectful to them. If a woman's being raped, she should be respectful. If a woman's being mugged, she should be respectful, right? Is that what you're understanding? They should be respectful. Shouldn't call them names and should answer all their questions. He's not. Hey, dummy, Nick. A guy with a costume and a gun who impedes the freedom of Americans under threat of violence when there's no victim, no damages, no trespassing, is a criminal. That's what that person is. Because if that person took the same action without the costume, he would be considered a criminal. Criminal acts don't become lawful when you put on a costume. I'm sorry, bro. Let's see here. And then folding your arms and refusing to talk to them, that's what toddlers do when they throw fits. Any lawyer worth his salt will tell you not to talk to the police, Nick. You're extremely brainwashed and stupid, and I feel sorry for you. Next time, be nice. Just do what they say, and they'll take it like a man and go to court. Do you give rape victims the same advice? Next time, just let them do their rape or help them get it done faster, and then take them to court, man. You don't want to resist your rapist. You could get killed. Nick, you're a moron, bro. And then rip them a new one in court. Because I guarantee they wrote everything about that encounter down in their report. What do I care if them stupid C's wrote that in their report? I could care less. All they did was make me money, you moron. Not that I knew it was going to blow up the way it did, but it did. I made it 50 times what that speeding ticket cost. This is how you change stuff, people. You turn your tyrannical contacts with police and government into profit the way they do to us. Nick, I'm sorry you're that stupid, bro, but that's your deal. You do you. You're allowed to be stupid, unfortunately. I just don't have to like it. All right, everybody. I'm sure YouTube will restrict this video, not let me make my money. And check out my rings. Whoever bought that knife yesterday, Brandon, thanks, Brandon, bro. You're the man. I really appreciate that. I put your initials on the knife if you're watching. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah. Bring you up. Yeah, come on.